Hey, what's up guys? It's back here with another video, and in today's video, we'll be doing something we've never done before. We're making a tier list, but I have a friend who's here with me today. Introduce yourself.
Howdy, howdy, Flash of Blades. Y'all probably seen me in the past. Um, I don't know. Check me out on Twitch, YouTube, all those other things.
Exactly. He was in multiple X Saber videos with me. Well, not multiple, but he was in one, and then we ended up playing decks against each other for a video on the channel. It was a ton of fun. Definitely check those out if you want to know more. But he's an X Saber aficionado, which means he's going to rip your soul away, not just your hand. So let's get into this. This tier list is going to be based on how fun or how boring a deck is in the format. So, and this is just a tier list we found on Google. And in the first list is Hero Frog. I personally have Hero Frog as a crisp cool. What do you think?
Yeah, solid, cool. I agree with that.
I think it's more fun than certain frog lists, but I don't think it's like its game plan is like too crazy to where it's like we're fun maxing or anything.
For me, it's like you get to play like cool, powerful monsters that do add zero as a drug, right?
Yeah.
And you can normal summon Stratos, and normal summoning Stratos is fun. Um, but the big thing for me though is like the reason it's in the middle ground is because like it's fun to play those boss monsters. It's fun to normal summon Stratos, but at the same time, it feels like sometimes your plays are very like choreographed, where it's like you opened up e-call, you opened up a settable trap, you opened up a way to Treeborn, and it's like your options are like
Limited.
two things fundamentally, right?
And it's a really good deck, and it's not we're not gonna every deck in this game in this video is not gonna be, oh, this deck is good so it's boring. That's not how it works. Some decks are good and fun.
Yeah.
But I don't got too much more to say about Hero Frogs. It seems like we're both good with cool. Let's go to Junk Frogs, and we're gonna make this 10 Ponce list, the Junk Frogs with the Ultimate Offering, because that's obviously not in here. But I think that's cooler than just 3 Junk Frogs in a in like a Dream Frog list. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I put this in fun, almost fun
Yeah,
maxing. I put it at like the top of fun because when you have
for
Ultimate
sure.
Offering and you start comboing with this deck, it is so fun.
Ultimate Offering is indeed a drug. Cards that don't say once per turn are busted.
And if you saw the video I did with Tim Ponce, we activated Gallus multiple times in his Monster Mash version, and we put that back in our hand with like reoccurring swap frogs, and we ended up burning somebody for like 4,000 in a turn. Like this deck is just like so fun. Honestly, as the tier list goes on, we might put it in fun max, but for right now, top of fun. What do you think?
No, I mean, yeah, that's I think a pretty good spot to put it at.
I think maybe we should be saying more about these decks, but honestly, like I just think as many times as you do stuff in this deck, it deserves this spot. I think we'll have
Yeah,
more to say about certain decks as to why they are so fun or why not so fun.
it's kind of like a what is that called? A Rube Goldberg machine, where like I don't know if you know what that is, but
I
it's
have no
like
idea.
it's a very complicated device that does like a simple task. It'll be like dominoes will fall, will hit a ball will hit, like, and it causes this huge chain of events until eventually it like I don't know fills a cup with water or something. Um, it's a thing.
That's
Google it.
actually that's a good analogy because the next deck is Forge. That's what we're calling this. This isn't we're calling this Forge right here, whatever this one is, right? And I think Forge is the reason that Tim Pond's Frog list isn't the one of the best lists in the format. It's because Forge does everything that Tim Pond's list does, but it just doesn't need to see its 2 of offering. That's the only difference. This deck doesn't have to see offering to win, but it's like usually the win con, right?
Yeah, for sure. The like, ooh, Forks is like nuclear fission, right? Um, where it's like hyper consistent. It does the same thing every game, which I think can like affect some of its fun factor. Um, and especially when you like learn the math on Forgs, when you're just like, oh hey, 3 cards in my hand is any synchro monster. Um, so like I would say it's less fun than Ultimate Offering frog stuff.
I'd agree. but I think I would personally have it above Hero Frogs. And I don't know if you agree with me on this, but I think fours are more fun because the lines are so they're not intuitive as much. Like sometimes the opponent will just leave a face up attack position 1900 monster, right? And you'll just have a colossal armory arm, and that's like usually the same like line, right? But some games you have to navigate through back row. Some games you have to navigate through floodgates, and you have to do really cool tricks. But and then your deck's not ready for it. And then in match 2 and 3, a lot of these Forg decks are playing like conversion sides. Do you agree with me having this higher than Hero Frog?
Um, yeah, I think it's definitely in the middle. I do think once you like master the deck, it's like it becomes a lot less fun because I mean I guess you're just doing the same thing, doing the same motions over and over and over. But I think for like the average player, it is within the fun rankings for sure.
And
Within
then
or within the cool rankings.
if we don't got any more to say on Forgs, I want to get into one of my most fun decks I've ever played on my channel, and we're gonna call this Rognak's Diva Frog list. And this for me goes right here, right next to Tim Punt's offering list. Like these are like hand in hand for me. I don't know if you've seen that video at all, but this was one of the most fun decks I ever featured on the channel. Like the lines you can do in the deck and just like everything that you're doing. Like you're making use of Mermaid Archer. Like this deck, I love this deck. What do you think?
Um, how do I explain this? Like it is definitely like it's a fun deck for sure. Um, but I would probably put it at like the bottom of fun. Oh, actually, I guess it's right now. It's at the bottom of fun. But out of most of these decks, it's probably the bottom of fun because like, what's the word? Like the best thing you're doing outside of like frog stuff is like you're making a level 5 synchro, right?
Hmm. Let me let me show you the list that we ended up using on the thing to see if I can sway your mind a little differently. This is from the last video I recorded. But the list that I'm talking about that was so cool to me and that really changed my mind, because when I first saw the list, I didn't think it would be that cool, but playing it with Rognak, like we have triple Owly in the main, which this card is just like, it's not fun for the opponent, but it's fun for you. And the main card that makes this list so fun is Enemy Controller. Like enemy controller diva decks are like inherently so much more fun than other stuff to me.
No,
But
sure, because like you could take your opponent's guy, attribute the thing.
yeah,
Sure,
yeah,
yeah.
there's just so many plays you can do, and it's like tuner access is easy in this deck. But do you agree with me that it's higher than the Hero Frog and Forks variants? Because I think it's
Yeah,
super fun.
for me, it's at the bottom of fun or the top of cool, probably in that general arrangement.
Okay, I think we're in agreement though that we like the offering frogs more.
Yeah.
And that's what we're considering this. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm taking this one as Fish OTK. I'm gonna let you take the floor on this. I've never actually played this deck. I still have to record the video because I've had it. Honestly, I've been kind of intimidated because the lines in this deck are super crazy. Let me know what you think though.
Um, I would put it mm, probably in between the two decks in fun right now. That's probably where I would put it.
Ah,
Um, but like it's a deck where like you obviously you can just kill out of nowhere, but also it's like the lines are hard sometimes, and you have to like make like micro decisions that like will affect on your later turns that like determine whether or not you win the game.
he also is
Um,
really bricky. That's one of the problems with the deck. So
yeah,
it puts it down a little bit. Is that it sometimes can definitely break.
I mean obviously like I play decks that love bricks. I love playing bad cards and killing my opponent with bad cards.
That's awesome. That's what Jank's all about. Is like bricking for the purpose of, or like for the chance at having fun. That's what
and, well,
Jank is all about.
you also can like kind of like mitigate your bricks too. Like an example in X Sabers is like you can play card or not even just X Sabers, but like any Rescue Cat deck that plays Arabellum, right? Like you can play cards that kind of like unbrick your brick, where you can like play Mindcon or BrainCon or uh, uh, Instant Fusion or whatever, and it like you know sure, did you open your brick? Yeah, I guess. But now you're making an Arcanite Magician, or you're making a Black Rose, or you're making whatever.
100%. Um, I don't have too much more to say about Fisher OTK because I haven't actually played it personally, but video is coming soon. Keep out, watch out for that. It'll definitely happen soon. Um, and I think this is a good spot to place it because in my head it's just like it's like a Forks deck that's a little weaker. That's in my head how it works, and that's like what all of these are. But it just because it's weaker than Forks doesn't mean it's more or less fun. It has its own like purpose. But it's a really unique deck, which makes it really cool because the lines are very interesting. But the next list on the video is going to be Diva Hero Beat. That's what we're going to call this one. And
Yeah.
personally, I think it's almost cool, but I think it's boring.
Yeah, probably the top of boring, probably.
Because it's like cooler than most hero beat lists, but it's like all you're really adding is diva, and you're already normal summon heavy, so it's kind of like, is the diva even good all the time? Like a lot of the hero beat lists that top don't ever play diva, right? Like I haven't played this deck on the channel yet, I don't believe, but I imagine it's just adding 3 diva to whatever list they're already playing. Plus,
I
like,
played Diva Hero Beat at my locals for like a really long time. Well, I have like a lot of decks put together, but there was a point where I was playing Diva Hero Beat for like, I don't know, 2 months or something because I had to like make people think I wasn't playing Sabers anymore, right? um, and uh, I I thought the deck was like mostly fun, right? Like it's fun to summon Stratos. It's fun to, you know, set broken trap cards and like, you know, like those are like fun things to do within the game, right? But uh, what's not fun? Opening Gilman. Um, and like,
that goes for all diva decks, to be fair.
yeah, but maybe it's just the fact that like it was me playing it. Maybe I'm just like expertly unlucky or something. But it's like it's one of those like Gilman is a card that one doesn't convert. Like you can't use it as it like it's not like Arabellum or the Fish Tuner or whatever where like it has a function outside of that. It's just a 1700 level 3 water beater that like sometimes you set to avoid bottomless. It goes to grave and you use it for a miracle later. Like it is bad.
That's what's so cool about Rognak's Diva Frog list is he does play Airbellum, or not the Airbellum, but the Sea Serpent guy, but he also plays Mermaid Archer, who has an actual relevant effect, other than just the 400 attack gain that's sometimes useful, right? He also gets hit by DDV, so like that's interesting. I don't know. It's very weird. He gets hit by DDV and Bottomless. Is that not insane? How how does it hit for both
Yeah,
of them?
that is funny. Actually, that's really funny. Yeah.
And I don't got too much more to say about Dear Hero Beat. I didn't actually know you played the deck so much. That's very interesting to me. But let's
Well,
move on to Diva Hero, unless you have
it's
anything else to say.
50-50, right? Am I playing Hero Beat or am I playing Sabers? Who knows?
In Diva Hero, Diva Hero
Wait,
is like almost what?
what's the difference between Diva Hero and Diva Hero Beat?
Okay, the difference between Diva Hero Beat and Diva Hero is Diva Hero Beat is like a Hero Beat list that adds divas and it still plays Gemini Sparks and stuff, whereas Diva Hero is like Mally's and Plague
Oh,
Spreader and Diva and stuff like that. So I would put Diva Hero right behind, I'd put it in front of almost Hero Frog, I think, personally. What would you
yeah,
do? I actually really like this list.
yeah. Maybe Mally is fun. Again, bricks are kind of fun. They're they up ceilings of certain things and like they let you do the like when you're playing a brick, you're doing something usually pretty cool. Um, but yeah, I think generally
You also
it's
just
a
have stronger cards in this deck because you have Greffer, you have
yeah,
Armonite, you have Dad in a lot of the lists. You have, I think some of them, I think they all main deck one DDV at this point. Like they're main decking DDV in this deck. So sometimes, like I know it's the worst card to play against, but when you're playing it and it hits 4 cards, you're just like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did that. And there's a sort of fun to that, you know. And we'll get into it later in the video when we talk about value, because my opinion on value might shock some people. Um, do you have anything more you want to say about Diva Hero?
no, that's yeah, I think that's a good spot.
I think it's a really good thing, and like whenever you have to play, like you know this play, whenever they activate Mally and then they go, they already have like a normal summoned monster, or they brain con or mind control your monster, and then they go Diva for Diva. that play is always insane because they're getting 2 synchros after stealing your monster. It just feels broken. It's a lot of fun, and they have an in deck OTK line because they go Bryanek plus Goyo with a monster, and then they can end up going for the Colossal if they have a extension. But I guess there's a deck that does that better. As a whole, I think that Diva Hero is the better deck between these two, but Diva Zombie is definitely more fun to me. I would have Diva Zombie ahead of it because their OTK line is really cool, and you're allowed to like synchro with Plague easier in this deck because they play Book of Life and Mizuki and stuff. Let me know what you think about Diva Zombie.
I mean, it's a what's the word? It's definitely one of those decks where like you can just die out of nowhere, and like you can just kill people out of nowhere.
Yep.
Um, and like it like again, decks like that are kind of cool. Where like you know you open wombo combo and like look at your opponent and say GG. Like that is fun, at least for me. It's from like doing the combo wombo is, in my opinion, like one of the funnest things about Edison format because it doesn't happen all the time. So like it's kind of like a treat when it does happen.
When I think about this list, by the way, Diva Zombie, I think of this list right here. E3 is Counterpunch Zombie, because that's exactly what this list is for the most part. It's zombies, it's Diva, it's mix them together and have Book of Life, and then they have steel cards with instant fusion. That's exactly what I think of when I see this. Is that what you think of?
Maybe not exactly that list, but this is like it.
Similar, yeah. And
Yeah.
it's kind of weird that the next list on here is would you agree with where I placed it? Right in front of the Diva Hero? Because I think it has more cool lines because of Goblin Zombie and stuff. Like Goblin Zombie adding cards to your hand for Bryanak. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely middle of the road for sure.
The next list is very similar. This is like Psychic Zombies, and it's very not different from Diva. To me, I think it's a worse Diva. Um, I'd put it here, maybe I don't know, because to me it's just like they have E-Tally, but so like this deck can play E-Tally and it's better. Um, I don't really know the plus of playing this unless it's also playing. I kind of just see these two as the same deck. What do you think?
They're definitely very similar. And like there's definitely like some like in between too, where people are like they'll play like Zombie Hero Diva or Zombie Hero uh, Wella Dad Pile, or
Yeah,
there's definitely bleed, Um, but I think when you're on like the pure build with Karebons, it's definitely way less interesting for sure.
yeah. A lot of the times you're like summoning Krebons and passing, whereas with Diva, like it's more combo oriented. I think, and as a player, I just think combo is more fun than like. There's like decks where it's fun to just like sit on back row and like play through the duel, trading card for card. But like a lot of what makes decks fun is when they have really cool interactions, right? And decks like Diva Zombie have really cool interactions, and I think Psychic Zombie has cool interactions too. I just think they're a little bit slower and not as like cool, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I can generally agree with that.
All right, next thing we have on the list is Flamvel, and I want to be honest, Flamvel is boring as hell to me. I don't
Oh,
find this deck fun at all.
interesting. Oh, that's a
Rekindling is the only card in this list that's even remotely cool. Argue with
interesting,
me.
interesting. You don't like better Shura that also it makes you play a brick?
I don't know if I'd
Oh,
call it better. Wait, so let me pull up a Flamvel list. Oh, I have Flamvel Fairies. I haven't actually played regular Flamvel, I guess. I guess that might be the problem, is that I've never played a regular Flamvel list. Maybe all of my Flamvel lists are like other stuff. What do you
so
think?
I've played like Flameville. I don't know with other cards. I don't know how to explain that, but like whether it be like Flameville with Rykos or Flameville with mm, oh, like
How about
here let
this?
me
How about this? Instead of just making this normal Flamvel, because I've never actually seen normal Flamvel as a deck, that just seems like bad Gladbeast. Let's make this the empty Flamvel deck that I played. I think E3 made this one. This deck is peak. If we're let's you down to do it, make it this deck.
um I mean that is fine. I don't like. I think that's more of like
It's jank. It's definitely jank, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's like a haha funny more than anything.
Hey, but
Um,
this deck is like actually cool though, because it can make tons of synchros of rekindling. This is the best
no,
way
no,
to play Flameville, I think, personally.
it's definitely funny. Here, let me look at something real quick.
All right.
So,
Because if we were saying normal Flamvell, I have it here. If we're saying the empty Flamvell deck, I have it. I have it like here. All right. So what do you think, James? Are we saying regular Flamvell or empty Flamvell? Because if it's regular Flamvell, for me, it's down here.
um, I mean, I'm in the boat of regular Flameville, but I also think regular Flameville is fun. So, but
Really? Where would you put regular Flamvell? We might be able to meet in the middle.
uh, probably at like I don't know the top of cool if I had to.
Really? More fun than Forgs? I find Forgs to be really fun. That's why I say that.
Um, I just think that it like plays weird cards and weird cards are fun.
That's a
And
fair
like
take.
also it gets to like you have like a better Shura, kind of, um, and like rekindling's a drug. And also again you get to play bricks, quality bricks that make you play cards like Minecon and BrainCon. Like
Hey, Rekindling is definitely a fun card. That's the only card that like I'm seeing that like we're agreeing on. Rekindling is definitely a cool card. That's the only reason the deck exists after all. It does make a level 8 synchros pretty a lot, but level 8 synchros kind of suck in this format. They get beat by every monarch in the game. Um, so we're gonna meet in the middle. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of cool. All right.
yeah, sure.
Is that the middle? Or maybe. No, I think if we meet in the middle, I'm putting it up a whole tier and above Diva Hero Beat, and it's probably more fun than Diva Hero Beat if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, making level 8 synchros is fun. Okay, I
Yeah,
just going like being like drawing multiple rekindling with like a fire dog and like fire dog summon guy like making like multiple Stardust dragons or whatever. It just it might not be the best, but like man, does it feel good.
all right, now we got Machina Hero, and I'll let you take sort of the lead on this one because I haven't really played this one a whole lot, and I don't think it's gonna be that fun for me. But Machinas and Heroes are both fun, so maybe it's cooler than I think. In my head, it's right here.
See, I would probably put it at the bottom of boring or the top of
Really?
ZZZ. Um, like don't get me wrong, like the boss monsters are cool,
Yeah.
right? Like Machina is cool, and like normal summoning Stratos is cool. But like when you put those two decks together, you just get like a deck filled with normal summons that are generic +1s, and then you just play a bunch of trap cards. And
That's
like
exactly what I was thinking of because when I saw this deck in the past, they were running like Crystal Seer, Alias, bunch of Machina names. Like it seemed like so many normal summons. So I'm kind of
like
agreeing with you there. But I honestly
yeah,
think it's better than this hero. I think Hero Beat is really boring, so I'd put it ahead of it personally.
and the bricks you're playing in that deck are things like Submarine Roid, which like don't get me wrong, is that card sometimes okay? Sure, yeah, 800 damage or whatever, and then it switches to defense mode and has a big butt. Sure, sometimes that's fine, but like that is not a brick I want to play. There's like, you know what I'm saying?
The Machina hero players are fuming in the comments. All right, and then they're gonna hate what I say because I find regular Machina to actually be a ton of fun. I'd put
What kind?
regular. I'm just gonna say regular Machina, so let's call this Hamster Reiko Kaya's Machina Control. Let's call it that. Let's call it Machina Control. And if we're saying Machina Control, I like the Lightsworn monsters that are in it. I like the Machina monsters. It's a fun deck. You can have back row and Machina monsters. So I'm gonna put it in front of Diva Hero. I think I'm gonna put it right here. What do you think?
Yeah, I can get behind that.
You think so too?
Yeah, I think that is a pretty reasonable spot.
Because it's fun. It's fun having Raikou effects. It's fun like summoning big machines and having limiter removal. It's like having your own Stratos for Machina, but you're also still playing good cards like the Charge of the Light Brigade and stuff. And you got Hamster in there. I mean, Hamster Reiko Kaias is its own deck, but it's really good in here. And we're going to the first deck of the video that is going in Fun Max, Genzo OTK. Will you argue with me?
We're talking about like the Future Fusion, Senjin's a Returner,
Yep,
Wombo.
yep, yep.
Yeah.
That exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Hard put it in fun max.
And it's
Yeah.
also, look how much aura he has, dude. His picture is so cool. He's literally just like there. He just looks so cool.
Also, sometimes you get free wins because you just go like special Cyber Dragon, tribute summon Jinzo. You are a trap
Exactly.
deck. Sorry, bud.
That is so peak, and so many people don't know what the returner does. Like they'll attack, you'll set a returner, they'll attack over it, and then they're like, "Isn't he dead in the end phase?" No, it says my end phase. So your traps are gone, buddy. They're gone for the rest of the turn, and a lot of the time, that one turn is all you need, right? Like as long as
Yep.
your Fufu is resolving. Obviously, the deck feels a lot worse when you don't resolve Future Fusion, but that's why the Monster Mash version is fun because I'm always seeing Future Fusion if I search it with Merchant. But I'm glad we're both in agreements. Jinzo OTK is fun maxing.
Also, there's the really hot. There's like the haha funny line you can do where you set a returner and then you activate Overload Fusion and then you summon Big Dumb Chungus. And on summon he sends all their cards on your side of the field to the graveyard. So he sends the Jinzo returner, which lets you summon a Jinzo from grave. It's like peak peak.
I don't know if he
Ha-
misses timing if you do that, but yeah, that sounds good. I
he-
guess it's
it
chain
won't.
link one, so I don't think he does. Yeah, I think you're right. Um, I think we said enough about Jinzo FTK. FTK, that'd be interesting. Jinzo OTK, it's just peak. Like if you haven't played Jinzo OTK or if you disagree, you gotta play some more Jinzo OTK. That's all I'll say. The deck's peak. Our list is starting to look like a penis, so let's get more lists on here. We got gadgets, and hot take. I think gadgets are more fun than Hero Beat. What do you think?
Um.
Not a high bar, but that's how I think personally.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see it being above. Yeah, it's probably above Machina Hero. I would say.
I'd say too, because the list I'm thinking of is this list right here, the one that plays the Horn of Heavens. I think this card's
Yeah.
really cool. I like playing this card because it gives you a unique interaction point that other decks don't really have, right? So I would put it here personally. It also you have limiter removal. It's a really fun card. It's not.
Solidarity is fun.
Yeah, Solidarity is fun. You can have big guys. Having like main deck so much monster removal is really cool. Like there's a lot of turns where you're just playing against a deck and you're like, well, my deck is gonna normal summon something every turn, and some decks aren't consistent enough to deal with that.
For the
And
record, I don't think
find
the
that
deck is
fun.
that fun, but it is better than
Yeah,
Hero
yeah, yeah.
Beat.
That's why it's down here at the bottom. I don't like. I think I'd have it above Flamvell personally, but I wouldn't have it above anything past here. I think this is a perfect spot for it.
Um,
And then we get to Hero Beat.
Yeah, just we just put that next to Diva, like
I think it's ahead of it actually. I think this version's worse. I think it's worse and less fun because regular Hero Beat. This one's the one I'm thinking. When I think of this list, I'm thinking of this one that I have that I did a video on. Yeah, something like this. This one, it's got cool cards like Ryo. We got Sidras and stuff. We got Snowman Eaters, stuff like this. This is what I think Hero Beat is. Not with the, and it's got like miracles in here and stuff. You think this is a good like baseline list?
Probably ish. I don't know. I'm not a Hero Beat aficionado.
They got like skill drains on the side. This is what I think of when I think Hero Beat, and I think that's probably more fun than Diva Hero Beat. Even though Diva is like a fun card, it adds extra bricks. In this deck, I just want to see my Alias. That's all I want to do. I want to see Alias. Now that I'm thinking about it, we might have to move some of these down because I don't know if we'll see a ZZZ. But
Oh, there's definitely some ZZZs on this list.
we got Dark Gaia, but this isn't the Dark Gaia that you're thinking of. We're gonna call this Dark Gaia the Prisma rocks, where you send stuff with Prisma and whatnot. So under that, guys, I'm gonna say maybe here, but at the same time, like Dark Gaia is fun, but if you're only summoning a 4K Dark Gaia, is it really that fun? To me, I think I'd put it here. Oh, actually, yeah, here. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. That's around ish the where I would put it probably.
Okay, because in my head, like I've played so many Dark Gaia lists at this point that I like if it's not a Dark Gaia that's gonna kill somebody in a turn, it's not as fun to me. Like this list is more consistent than the list I play, sure, but that's not what this video is about. This video isn't about what decks are good. If that were the case, Hero Frog would be at the top. The point is, it's big. It's more fun to summon a big Dark Gaia, even if it's a little more bricky. And then we got Bin OTK. This is something I added to this list. As you'll see, it's one of my thumbnails. This is the deck we played the other day on the channel, and I found this really fun. Even if we did go like 1 and 2 in the video, it's just a really funny list, and you can side oppression, which is funny. How many jank decks do you get to side oppression in, James? Not many. To me personally, Ben KOTK should go here. I don't know, you probably never played this, but to me, this is where it goes. I can show you the list if you want.
I saw the video.
Okay. It's a very fun deck. This is what we're talking about. And this list is very fun, but it obviously has glaring weaknesses. Book of Moon. Book of Moon is a big one. It definitely has weaknesses, but in the realm of fun, attacking like 4 times with a 10k Benkei or like a 4k Benkei attacking 4 times, it's just like super duper cool. Like how Benkei is just such a weenie and people don't expect it ever. The deck doesn't really feel fair if you're against it either, because you're like, oh, I guess they just had a cracked hand, right? And that's like, maybe that's a problem with me because there's so many decks I like in the format that are just like hand checks or something like that, you know? Where would you put it?
I'd probably put it in like the bottom of cool.
Really? Okay. I could see it. I could see it. Like I could see these being more fun. Because you're like waiting a lot of the time with this. So
like if a deck doesn't do what it's designed to do, you know, then like that kind of makes it lose a little bit of its funness, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, like then you're not doing what the whole point of the deck is.
It lacks consistency. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put it here. I think it's gonna be more fun than these two personally, but I think these might be more fun. You agree with that?
Sure.
That's a fine placing. All right, next one. I think this is Quick Draw Plants.
Quick Draw Dandy, Daisum, Debris, Dragon, nonsense.
It's got Titanial though. I guess that means they're playing Lone Fire.
Well, yeah, Lone Fire into Debris or Lone Fire into Lone Fire is just a good card.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so this is just Quick Draw, and I'll be honest, I don't find Quick Draw that fun just because the deck sucks. Like if we're being honest, it's bad into Oppression, it's bad into DDV. Like most of the time, this deck doesn't get to play against most of the decent decks in the format, and like at least stuff like Benkei can play into those decks, right? Like that deck gets hit by DVDV, but at least we have Rhoda. Like at least most of our cards are spells, right? It doesn't have to worry about depression and stuff like that. To me, if I were ranking Quick Draw, we're just gonna say this is normal Quick Draw with like the Debris Dragons and stuff. I would rank this here personally. What would you think?
I would put it next to Fish OTK.
Really? You put it that high up?
Well, so one, you get to do the boss monster thing of like you get to play like 6 different boss monsters if you want to play them, right?
I suppose. Like you have Titanial, you have the Quick Draw guy, and you have
multiple Quick Draw guys.
I guess
then you get the Dragon and all the Dragon idiots.
I really don't like. I've lost so many games where I have Quick Draw plus Dandy, and then I make the level 6 guy because he's like their best monster, and I still lose because the guy is just not that good, and it never feels that fun to me because these decks don't play a lot of good back row. They don't.
So the thing for me is like the deck is like a wombo combo deck. Like if you open like Dandy, Quick Draw, Debris, like you just feel like the biggest brain man on the planet, right?
That's the thing though. When I play this deck and I open like that, it feels like my deck's just weaker than theirs. Like when I play a deck and I want to high roll, I want it to feel like I won because I high rolled. Like I don't feel like when I high roll with this deck I always win. That's like the crazy part.
It's definitely a fair deck for sure for the most part.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's fair.
The how do I explain this? Like most of the cards in the deck I think are just fun, right? Like you get to activate multiple Avarice, right? Like
that's true.
You get to, and I don't know about you, but drawing 2 cards is pretty fun.
Drawing cards is fun. I agree. I will say, like, Debris Dragon, Bring Back Dandy, Black Rose the board to get 2 tokens. That's one of the most fun gameplay loops in the game. If only... What'd you say?
It's possible that maybe the fact you don't like this deck is because it has such a high skill cap.
Really?
Like, yeah, like the people who do really well with like the like quick draw piles or whatever, the people who are doing really well with it are like really good. Um, like in the Chicago land area, there's, let me think, I would say two good pilots with the deck, um, and like everyone else who plays it is just like slamming Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the table, you know. Um,
All right. So let's meet in the middle here. I personally think it's here. Like I said, like I'd rather play gadgets than this because every time I play, and maybe it's just like anecdotal, because every time I play this deck, I draw bad, or the opponent draws well. But to meet in the middle, you think it would be here, right?
yeah,
So let's just go in the middle and put it here.
sure, yeah, I believe you.
All right. Now, quick draw volcanics.
I, I mean, I think the volcanic engine in general is just garbage.
Yeah.
Um, like maybe if the volcanic, like whatever his name is, the Stratos, whatever his, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
Um,
rocket.
Rocket, yeah. Like maybe if Rocket like had 200 defense, then I'd be like, whoa, 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 whoa,
True.
maybe we're cooking here. But yeah, no, it's outside of like, I don't know, all the volcanic engine just feels very mid, and like the bricks you're playing are not very good bricks. Like I guess sure you can discard them to um the name of the continuous spell that I don't remember the name of, but like
Yeah, accelerator.
accelerator, yeah.
It's definitely not the most fun gameplay loop either. I don't think it's all that fun. And as well as this being a quick draw list, you know my rating of it's going to be lower. I think it's definitely lower than quick draw, as a whole. I think if I'm rating this honestly myself, once again, I think I would fit it. I'd fit it here. What would you
Um,
do you disagree?
that I would probably, I don't know, I'd maybe put it above Gadget, maybe.
Okay. So we're not too different from each other. I just think like anything you can do in this deck, summoning Ab Zero is gonna be more fun. That's like my thought. Like the chance of summoning Ab Zero is more fun than anything in this deck, even if this deck isn't all that fun together. But this is a list I like. I played this on the channel, Volcanic
Blackbird.
Garden. I played Volcanic Garden, and this is a list that plays. Let me show you this actually. It plays 3 a Thunder Dragon. It plays Gravekeeper Spy. It's like a really control-y list, and I actually kind of liked it. It was a lot of fun. What were you saying, James?
So this list top, right? This was the
Barcode. Barcode's the one who made this list.
yeah.
Very cool guy. I mean,
Like
it's a bunch of flip effects. Like they all give you advantage. Like everything in this deck is about advantage. But when I was playing the deck, I found the problem where it's like I have so much advantage, but I have no battle phase because of accelerator. I don't have like I don't know. It's just rough in certain power cards. And like
like
what we're doing is just curing advantage without really a fun win condition.
I question like the deck's probably fine. Like but I think that like there is probably a volcanic garden list that is just like absolutely perfect. Um, I don't know what exactly that list looks like, but like the overall idea is like good, right? Um, I think really it's the garden cards that like really are like the creme de la creme of the funness of that deck more than it is the volcanic, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. And for that
Yeah,
reason, I think I'd place Volcanic Garden here. I really like Garden as a card. It's a very fun card. Because in this deck you can tribute 2 tokens with the Garden effect and summon back Thunder Dragon. How many decks can you summon Thunder Dragon, James? Answer me that. Not many. and it's like an actual play you do.
I just want to point out, you can activate Garden, normal summon Armageddonite.
Yeah, I know about that deck. If you're saying Sin like Summoner Monk and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
yeah.
that's a fun deck. That's a different deck though. That is
But
a different deck.
I'm just saying that like any deck where I can activate Black Garden is a deck that I'm pro.
A lot of people won't have fun playing against it, but playing Black Garden, a lot of fun. Do you disagree with where I placed it?
No, I don't disagree with it.
All right, let's move on to the next one. We're gonna call this Stun. We're gonna call this Macrocosmos Stun. For me, Macrocosmos. You're gonna put that in Z?
Can we just put that in Z, please? Thank you.
I will say, I like playing my Macro Yatos version that I have, but the normal Macro Stun list is not very fun. My Yatos version is fun because I'm only playing like 3 different monsters, and it's a lot of drawing, and then we're just attacking with Survivor over and over again. But these lists are like, you'll have like 2 Diffusure, and then you'll have 2 Macrocosmos, and your hand's just horrible. You're playing like Dark Bribe and Dyna and stuff. It's just not very fun. Summoning back Survivor every turn is the most fun part of this whole deck.
If I'm gonna do that, I'll just play Treeborn Frog. Okay, like.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with you here. I don't mind like stun. Like stun's sometimes fun to play, but sometimes it's just like, even against the decks that I'm supposed to be anti-metaing against, like it doesn't even feel like I win most of the time. Like even against your best matchups, which are like Vayu or something, right? Like their 2,000 monster will just keep attacking you over and over again, and you feel useless.
Or they're on the good list and they have multiple Dust Tornado on their side, and your whole engine just turned off by that card.
Yep, pretty much. And the next deck in the video is going to be Chain Burn. And my answer may shock you, but I've been a Burn player for my entire life. And to me, it goes there.
Those are some brave words.
I love Burn. There's nothing more fun than Magic Cylinder on an attack, or immediately burning your opponent for 8,000 before they can do anything. It's evil and it's perfect amount of fun. Everyone who watches my videos knows I never laugh more than when I burn somebody for 8,000.
Like that's a Z for me, 100%.
Oh, well, we're just not gonna put it there. I'm sorry. This is why I'm gonna have to put my foot down, because I'm a burn player through and through.
It is. Try it some more. Can we at least put Fish OTK above it?
Okay, we can do that. I haven't played the deck yet, so I'll allow that. But Burn as a whole is one of my favorite archetypes, and I am biased. I am allowed to be biased about it. I love Burn. I played Nurse Burn on the channel the other day, and I upstarted someone for game. What's more fun than that?
A little bit more biased, a little bit more based, but like
it's a lot worse too. MST ruins lives in that deck. I know, because you imagine activating gift card and they chain MST to your Samochi. That feels awful. Let's go to the next deck list though, because this is like Chain Burn, but that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
The next one we got is Amaryllis.
My initial spots is
where would you put it?
Probably, Samorin cool. I'd have to go like, it's definitely above the hero piles.
You think it's like at least here?
At least, yeah.
Okay, let me give you a story before you say any more. When I first played this deck on the channel, it went 0-4. That was back when I was playing 4 games per video. I've never had a worse performing video apart from when I did Fortune Ladies, which is one of my best like viewed videos for no reason, and it was like the most boring game I've ever played. I played Amaryllis, and it's actually probably my least favorite deck. Since then I have not even wanted to play it. Did I delete the deck? Is that how upset I was? I think I deleted the deck, but I have never had less fun than when I played my Amaryllis video. And maybe it was just the list I was playing, but I was playing like the Raikou like Lightsworn version too, and I still didn't like it. Like I think it was just so much less fun than just like Machina.
Perhaps it's a skill issue.
I played against like good matchups, but I just got oppressed. Like I'd try to activate this card in the end phase and stuff. I get oppression, and then like I don't know, a bunch of stuff was happening. It was bad.
Well, so the thing for me was so the thing for me is with this deck is when it's really hard to pilot correctly.
I think it's really bricky though. That's the problem. It's so bricky.
Well, I mean, sure, yeah, it is bricky. But like, it's like, I mean, I think that is a reason of why it's hard to play sometimes. Sometimes you'll have like, a brick in your hand. You'll be like, wait, or you'll have multiple bricks in your hand. You'll be like, which one am I discarding to this, discard trap? And then like, uh, the skill check is saying like, oh, which one is more likely for me to be normal summoned or whatever, right? Or to be normal set, or which one is the best discard in case I top deck a trade in or whatever. Like, I think the deck has a really high skill cap, and like that's the reason a lot of people like avoid it.
I've heard
Is
that before. I, maybe it's just anecdotal evidence again where I had a really bad time playing. It's the same thing as Quick Draw. Like you say, they both have high skill caps, but when I played them, it felt awful. It just felt like bricky and felt like it wasn't like my cards weren't as good as theirs, and that's why I lost. Not saying that is the truth. That's just how it felt. Um, if I'm being, I know you want to place it here. If it were up to me, I actually like the idea behind Amaryllis too. I think the effect is really cool. I think burning them every turn and like summoning a guy back that's 2200 is really fun. I love Trade-In. It's probably my favorite card in Edison, which is funny to say because I didn't used to care about the card before I played Edison. But Trade-In's super fun. Miracle
yeah,
Fur is a cool card. Like if I was rating this myself, I'd put it like here, above the zombie Teledad list or whatever. I'd put it like here. So
sure, yeah,
We're not too far off from each other. I think I wouldn't put it any higher than Hero Frog personally. Because I think Hero Frog is probably more fun. But it does seem kind of similar to the Machina Control. Like they do seem very similar because they play a lot of the same cards. Like they play Raikos and Lilas and stuff, right? At least some of the Amaryllis lists do, right?
some Amaryllis lists are like playing only Lila and playing Reasoning or something. But
That's interesting. I've never seen that list. But let's just let's put it like here. We'll go in the middle, sort of, where I would have
sure,
put it and where you would have put it. We'll put it. Oh, why did I go to the end? We'll put it here. I think I would never put it past this, but I could see how some people would think it'd be better than something like Benkei or TK, where you may never see your combo.
yeah,
And now we get to another deck that I think is super duper fun. Gigavise.
yeah.
The lines in this deck, like the cards are using, they're all so cool. I got it higher than Fish OTK.
I would probably put it in fun maxing, honestly.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
actually, we might have to move Pontes Frogs up later. But yeah, I kind of agree, actually. I actually, like, more than I'm thinking about it, Gigavise is just that guy. And there's going to be a collab with Dionysus soon. So watch out for that. Um, Gigavise is coming on the channel. I know the first time I recorded with this, I went like 1-3, but honestly, the deck has gotten better and better. They're playing Reckless Green now, which is what I said from day one.
when was the last time you went 4-0 with a deck?
Whoa, I only played 3 games of video now, but we went 4-0 when I played with I did on my collab recently, but there's some decks you go 4-0 with. That's the thing. Um, it's just that time it wasn't Gigavise. You know what deck I went 4-0 with? Genzo OTK. I absolutely destroyed in that video. It wasn't even close.
It felt different.
Oh my god, you don't understand how good the Genzo OTK video was. That video was awesome. Next deck on the list, we're gonna call this KFC. Shout out to Carpath. Missed that guy. Same with Zuxid, those who know.
You say that like Carpath's dead.
I mean, he doesn't record it on YouTube anymore. Is he alive?
Oh, that's basically the same thing as dead. No,
Yep, pretty much. Like if I stopped recording on YouTube, would I be a person? No, no, he's still with us. Surely, I actually don't know. I don't know if anyone's heard from him, but KFC. That's the important part here. This deck is cool, but it is so damn bricky. It is so damn bricky. I played this on the channel and it was actually a lot of fun. Like when you get to your turn when you're tributing a monster, for Karaz propping your field spell or bringing it back with Call of the Haunted popping the field spell, it feels so good. So it is so fun. And the brick hands aren't fun, but the normal hands are. I'm gonna put it at the top of cool.
Yeah, I can get along with that. I might have put it like next to Quick Draw, but yeah, that's probably fine.
Maybe you're right. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I'd rather play Forks. I'd rather play this. Were you putting it before it? Because I'd put it after it for sure.
After, yeah.
I'd put it here. I'd like this. All right, that seems like a good place for KFC though. KFC is a very fun deck. When I think about KFC, I'm thinking of this list. This list I copied from what's his name, Carbath himself. He made this. We got Dandy Debris, so that's always a fun line. We got Karaz Pop the Gear Town, or Karaz Pop Your Legacy and Chain Your Legacy. That's like such a fun interaction. You know what I mean? Like the lines are cool in this deck. You got Black Garden. Doesn't that raise it a point? We just have Black Garden in here.
I do enjoy Black Garden.
Decks with Mausoleum are always fun.
There's also like this doesn't really come up as often, but it's really funny to like do the legacy play, but with like a dust tornado or like a mind crush or a dust shoot.
That is cool.
Where you like target it and then you're like chain the compulse, bounce your guy back, or chain it, dust back your back row, chain mind crush, name whatever I know it's in your hand, chain dust shoot.
That's a good point. There's lots more ways than just legacy. That's just the most fun way to me personally. Next deck of the video, we're gonna call this Ancient Gear. Ancient Gear, my friend Pana, he recently topped the WCQ with that, and this deck is literally so fun. I mean, you have Machinas, you have Gadgetrons, you're attacking for big numbers. The opponent can't use battle traps against you, so you kind of just get to put your parts on the table, so to speak. You kind of get to do what you want.
Does it play the fusion?
Does it play the fusion? No, but soon there's going to be a video because I've been cooking. I made this list. There will be a video soon, James. Very soon. But the list we're talking about is this one. This list is very fun. Penna's recently changed it, but it's like you got your 3 Ancient Gear Beasts. This card's really cool against set monsters. You got your 3 Gadgetrons. You got your Gear Frames and Machinas.
Hey,
you
I
got your
hate
Machina
people
package.
who do this random one of nonsense, or like I'm like.
You're talking about these 5? You're talking about these 5? I think you removed them, except for the Neospatian Grandma.
I'm so proud of him.
But he didn't take out the breakers because the breakers are actually so good in that deck. They can either pop back row or they can pop your own Gear Town. Breaker is very good in that deck.
Breaker is good in your deck.
Yeah, he plays 3 now, I think, or 2 at least. But to me, Ancient Gears are really fun. So I'm gonna have to say Ancient Gears go here. That's in my head where they go. I love all the Ancient Gear monsters. Limiter removal is one of the most fun cards in the format. What do you think?
I might have put it on the other side of the Diva Frog list, but
that's fair. Yeah, that's fair, actually.
That's like I think the spot is fine though.
I think I put it ahead of it just because it feels like this is more consistent than Diva Frog, where like you're seeing your fun cards. Like whenever I attack a Gadgetron, I'm already having fun. That's how I see it. And then there's like so many times where you just activate 2 Gadget, like you have 2 Gadgetrons face up, and they both resolve. Like they both just get to attack, and that is like peak fun to me. Next we have Stardust, or not Stardust, I guess Assault Mode. That's what I meant to say. We have Assault Mode, and I've never actually played the regular Assault Mode list. I played Assault Mode with Maru, and we played his version, which is a lot more consistent and better than the normal ones. Are you fine with basing it on that, or do you want to base it on the bricky normal ones that people do?
Is it there was a list that like had Vayu in it, and
that's the Maru list. Let me show you this one. Oh, do I not have it? Assault Mode. I don't think I have it somehow. Assault Mode Turbo though. That's what we're pitting this one as. And I'll be honest, Assault Mode Turbo is fun when you have Assault Mode. It is really bad and really boring when you don't have it. But if you have summoned the actual Assault Mode guy, it's a lot of fun because there's no way they're stopping you. Like I think if you manage to lose a game with this guy face up, it's pretty bad. What do you think?
I would probably put that like I don't know, above KFC probably.
Really?
Maybe above Dark Gaia.
We think differently. I was thinking I was gonna have it like here.
I mean that's not that far off.
Because well, you had it right here. Like that's like 10 decks ahead. I think it's
Still
I think it's cool. I just think it's like I have fun playing decks that have bricks, but like those bricks can't be like so egregious that they're bad. Because if you draw assault mode Stardust or whatever, and he's in your hand, there's no worse feeling. None of the decks have as bad of a feeling as drawing that card. That is the worst feeling in Yu-Gi-Oh! I have to say, drawing that card. Oh my god! And then we have Gladiator Beasts, and you're gonna have to let me rant for a second. Gladiator Beasts are my least favorite deck to play against in this format. I hate it with a passion. They are too consistent. They're like X Sabers if they got to do what they wanted to every game. Um, because X Sabers always rip every card out of my hand. But Glad Beasts are so consistent now because Simpson ended up winning the world championship with them. And if it was against them, I pitted Z. But I have a guilty I have a guilty conscience, and I actually have fun playing the deck. Is that crazy? Because I know you want to put it in Z, but I actually have fun playing the deck.
So I've played Glads, and I've played against Glads, obviously. Like, I have most decks in Edison together, and I played Glads for, like, I don't know, there's probably like a, I don't know, 3-month window or so. Again, just because, like, if you play the same deck every week, people are just going to, like,
Meta game.
Yeah, and, like, know exactly what your list is and, all that kind of stuff.
They play differently. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. And so, like, playing Glads was not fun for me, and especially when, like, against, like, lesser good players. Like, there'd be multiple occasions where, like, I would set my bestie contact fuse with it, and people would be like, "What? You can do that?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, bud. That is indeed how a contact fusion functions."
It works the same way with Sidra.
Yeah. And, there was like, I don't know, it just didn't feel good, right? And also, for the record, there were times where it's like, you're doing the correct play, your opponent has 2 back row, you pop both of them, or whatever, right? And then your opponent has exactly Starlight Road, and then you're just not playing the game anymore.
That's like a skill thing though, because like a lot of the good like players now, they don't pop 2 whenever they have the Gyzaris. Like they've started to only pop 1 when they think it's like a road. It's like a reading thing, and it's a high, like you said for Amaryllis. I'll say Gladbeast is almost a high skill deck. Well, a lot of the time the bad players can win easily with it though.
No, well, I mean, you could argue like maybe it's like a high skill cap, low skill flooring.
Yeah, low skill floor. I get that. Yeah, I agree there.
But like, it's again, it's just not fun. Like,
I have to disagree just because I find like Test Tiger like on their set monster into Secutor, summon the guys, and then sit on Heraclinos. I find that kind of fun. Just like Secutor as a card is so cool to me. But like
you're playing Secutor in your deck? Crazy.
Yeah, everyone plays Secutor now because Tiger's like the Prisma Tiger build, like the one that Simpson won the world championship with, is too good. It's actually too good.
But you're never gonna sell me on that.
Secutor is so good. It's the only way that you can reliably go into Heraclinos. I strongly recommend you to play this deck, James. But if you want to put it in Z, it is my least favorite deck to play against, but I actually like playing it. I like playing it more than a lot of the decks in Cool, honestly. Like if I were putting it, where I would put it would be here.
Crazy.
Actually, wait. Honestly, if I would put it here, I think.
Bottom of boring. I'll settle for bottom of boring.
All right, this is where you think it goes. I do think a lot of the times, and why a lot of people do think this deck is boring, is because you will just like be hand testing, against the other person. Like it'll literally just be a hand test where you're like, okay, my hand is this. I have Solemn, Trap Stun, and Bottomless. If you get over my monster without Bottomless by like having Gale or something, I lose. But if you can't get over my monster in the next turn, you try to Bottomless my guy, I have Trap Stun and I win the game that turn, right? A lot of the time it just feels like hand comparison, which is a lot like modern format, right? And that's what we are not trying to play. So I could see why a lot of people think it's boring for that. But I think in no way ever could you say it's more boring than Quick Draw. Or not Quick Draw, but Hero Beat. So I'm going to put it ahead of these two, personally. That's what we're going to have to agree on, right there. Can we make an agreement on that? Because Hero Beat...
See.
You don't see it?
No.
Okay.
Let's see. You can place it
All right.
wherever.
Fairies. Summoning Christia is like peak.
Is it just like pure fairy?
Yeah, it's
right?
pure fairy. Christia. We're gonna call this Christia, like fairy, like Christia fairies.
It's a high skill deck. Like there's a lot of decision making. Like you have to know exactly when to herald.
But you're holding a gun to your head every time you play this deck. You're just like, I hope I don't play against Blackwings or Vayu, because if they ever flip DDV, my deck is useless.
Well, that's usually why they main deck decrees and stuff.
Yeah, but like sometimes you don't get to control that, and like it's gotta be a deck building thing. Because like think about the monsters that are in fairies, right? You've got. Let me see if I have a good list to show us. Like, let me see if I.
It's recruiters and like other stuff that dies to DDV. I agree, and
like even this
like,
this Christia Storm list doesn't count. But like fairies, I guess.
I played fairies for a long time, and like I still miss my. I sold that deck to pay for school.
But like, let's look at just even this Flamvell fairy list. The monsters that almost every fairy list plays is Shining Angel gets hit by DDV, Orange Light, Honest, Alchemist, Warrior Lady, Cyber Valley. All of their cards get hit by DDV. It's so sad. If DDV didn't exist, the deck would actually be a lot of fun, because summoning Christia is a lot of fun. I don't know if I find recruiters all that fun just as a gameplay loop. I think there's cooler things you can do personally. I love Honest though. Honest is always really fun. I love Herald. Herald is one of the most fun cards. But the reason why I want to rate this low, James, is because we have other fairy lists on here that do everything this deck does, but way more fun to me.
For
Unless you wanted to call this Tethys Fairies, because I find Tethys Fairies to be really fun, but I don't think that's what this is.
It's like normal fairies.
Yeah, I think this is normal fairies.
I don't know, either the bottom of cool or the top of boring.
Yeah, I'd put it like here. That's where my head is screaming to me. But it's gonna be really funny to you, because this Demise Fairies, like where would you put this? Where would you put this? Any differently?
Fairies, I'd probably put it in fun, probably like bottom of fun.
Really, you put it at the bottom of fun?
Maybe the top of cool. I don't know.
Because that's where we differ. Because I think Demise Fairies should go here.
I said the bottom of fun, and you're like, you're fighting me on one spot.
What? No, I'm saying Demise Fairies should go there. I think regular fairies should go here.
Oh yeah, sure.
I think Demise Fairies should be here. I don't think regular fairies should be there. That's my opinion. Where do you think? Do you know? Have you played Demise Fairies? This deck is so fun.
There's a guy at our locals who
Lucas.
Plays. Yeah, Lucas.
I did a video with him. Very cool guy.
He is a phenomenal dude. But after he started playing it, and like, it's pretty fun. I mean, activating advanced ritual art is a drug.
Yeah, drawing normal monsters sucks, but let's be honest. Having a deck where you can activate this deck appeals to me in many ways, because if you think about the decks I've made in this format, which we're about to get to, Northern Gaia, it's usually combining two concepts into one, and this deck combines popping like the whole field with Demise and then locking your opponent out with a card like Christia, and it just feels so fun when you're allowed to do that. And then like the other part of the deck is Ruin Queen. Attacking with Ruin Queen with Honest is peak. That's like actually peak. If we were just saying like without the other stuff in that deck, just a Ruin Queen attacking with Honest, it would be like up here. That's how much fun that is to me. I don't know if you agree.
Interesting. I mean, it's definitely like fun.
It's like a super cool OTK line though. Like I really like that.
No, I don't disagree with it being fun, but I don't know if it's that fun.
It's pretty cool. I guess it's probably not as fun as comboing Alpha Gigabytes or Genzo OTK though. But I like where we placed this. I don't know if you agree with the other one. But we're going on to my baby, my favorite deck in the format, Northern Gaia. And I won't argue. It goes right there. The only problem it has is that it may brick sometimes. And Oppression is the devil.
Yeah, that is the crux of most fun decks.
Yeah, I'm glad we agree. But Northern Gaia will be going in the fun maxing tier, and James won't argue with me, right, James?
No, not at all.
Think about a deck that draws as much and has as much fun as Northern
No,
Gaia.
you don't have to sell me on it.
Oh, I'm not selling you. I'm selling the chat at this point. Think about this. We have 7 draw cards. We have. Look at our power spells. Look at our spells. Can you name a bad spell among them? The answer is no. Rhoda is
Card
the worst one. No, card destruction is great in this deck.
It's a -1 though.
You're playing a million bricks. You don't care if it's a -1. Your Dark Calling's plus 8,000.
We play a -1 to fix our bricks.
We play a -1 to get this card in the grave. That's the main part. But like Northern itself is very fun to me, even if it does get crowed sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta say that you're bigger than the other person and they don't have it. Sometimes it will have it, and that's what Yu-Gi-Oh is, right? But to me, this deck is like peak because it's like if I draw well, I'm gonna have a big boss monster and I'm gonna have a Northern to like reset the game state to 0 cards.
I'm surprised there's no Kaiku in your side deck.
It's definitely a thing. I'm weak at siding. Everyone knows this. You could definitely put it in the side. It wouldn't be a problem. It's just not my game plan. That's not how I want to win. Like, you could say, like, yeah, we could side out of the... Like, a lot of the time, I'll side out of the Northern part of the deck, but I never side out of the Dark Calling part. Because Northern is bad in certain matchups. Like, in Vayu, you don't want a Northern a Vayu player. They're going to beat you. Like, they're literally going to beat you. They have better top decks and better grave presence. But, next deck on the list... Christia Sworn. And to me, Christia Sworn should go right next to Demise Fairy. I think it's a little less fun, but actually, no, I think it's more fun. I think it's right up there. And the reason why is because you get to have Christia and JD, and they're both super duper fun.
See, when I was a kid, like playing through Edison format, I was playing Light Sword.
Really?
As a kid, I agree it was the funnest thing I could possibly do, activating Solar Recharge and like milling randomness and like randomly killing your opponent out of nowhere, right? Are all fun things. But now that I'm like older, I kind of appreciate like God. It's hard for me because like I don't want to say it's fun because it's not fun to be like, the person on the receiving end. But then like conversely, like I understand people thinking that it's fun to just randomly.
This is Christia Swarm, by the way. This is Christia Swarm. Yeah. So it's got a bit of the control element to it. It's not like normal Light Swarm. I have the list here, but say what you were saying. Continue.
Well, it's like, you activate Solar Recharge, you mill over 2 fairies, you draw nonsense. Like this in itself has the ability to just randomly kill out of nowhere, and then if it doesn't randomly kill out of nowhere, it threatening roars and then hopefully gives itself another turn. Right?
Yeah, and like Beckoning Light's so powerful in a deck like this where you can get back JD and Christia. Like Beckoning Light's one of those cards that just doesn't seem real. Like this card is insane. It's one of the few decks in the format that can play Cold Wave. That's why Light Sworn decks are so insane, because Cold Wave is such a broken card.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's tough for me. I concede to wherever you decide to put it, because
where would you put it? Where would you put it yourself? Like, because I think it's as fun as Demise Fairies. I just think it's more consistent, and Christia's a fun monster, and I like JD more than I like Demise, so that's why I put it there. Because I'll be honest, my favorite card in the format is probably Solar Recharge. I love just activating it.
I probably put it like bottom of cool, maybe.
Really, at the bottom? Wow, that's where we differ. Because I think it's right next to it. That is where we differ. The bottom?
I defer to you. You have the ability to place it wherever you want.
The lowest I would put it is here. I could never say it's worse than Quick Draw. What do you think? Look, this is a nice line too. Nice line, almost.
That is probably fine.
We are going left to right on these, by the way. This is left to right. So, right is the most boring, and then left is as it goes up. I think this is good, though. I think this is good. Because I think inherently it's got to be more fun than fairies. Because like, fairies are just like trading monster for monster over and over again, but they play so weak in the back row. At least compared to a deck like this, like you have. To me, the power plays in Edison are where certain decks shine. That's why Hero Frog is so good. Its power plays are so insane. Obviously, you have Ab-Zero power plays. You have, like, Alloy as one of your power plays. Like you have just like summoning Caius over and over again because Treeborn's such a broken card. In this deck, Christie as a power play, you have JD as a power play. There's so many things, right? To me, that makes it automatically more fun than like the actual fairy list, but I don't know if you agree.
I mean, I generically agree. It's just tough.
Yeah.
I
It's my philosophy as a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Well, it's like when you become an old man. It's like sure you understand why the younger ones like the fast cars, but like
I'm not saying I don't enjoy like grind games because you'll see in a minute. I'm gonna shock you with one of my things.
Yeah.
All right, this is Light Swarm. I kind of wait. I wonder. I'm gonna add this on the fly. We're gonna do this on the fly. Wait, where is it at? Oh god, I don't have it. Oh, here it is. We're gonna do this on the fly. We're gonna do these back to back. We're gonna go Twilight next. And Twilight is my favorite deck in the format, so I have to put it in Fun Max.
Oh, okay, sure, yeah, I believe you.
It is literally my favorite deck in the format. What do you think?
Well, I mean, you said the same thing about Jinzo O2K.
So... No, I think Jinzo OTK is as fun as you can have when you're activating Future Fusion. But Twilight is my favorite deck to play as a whole.
You also said it was your favorite deck in the format.
Oh, did I? I think when it's working, so to speak. But if there was a deck I would bring to a tournament or a deck I would like just play in my own time, if I just wanted to play the ladder, it would be Twilight.
If you had an editor right now, I'd be like, editor, show the replay. No,
You might be right. I might have said that. I misspoke though, because Twilight. I always tell everybody that Twilight is my baby. I love playing Twilight. It plays all the power cards. It plays a lot of draw cards.
But it's just the big thing for me is it has like terrible dark monsters. It's like the multiple what do you call it? Twilight players or whatever just randomly add. They're like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna play 2 DD Crow, or I'm gonna play a Caius, or I'm gonna play.
Caius is bad. We are on Snipe Hunter now. That's the newest development.
Snipe, or what's it? There's another one too. Random Kaiku in the main. That one dude who topped in Chicago.
Yeah, Kaiku in the main has real like results, and I agree with it for a lot of the part. I just don't think it's as fun, so I took it out of my main deck because I changed this one up a bit. Like I played 3 Wolf a while back. I ended up making it 2. Crow in the main deck's really fun. It just changes some matchups. I love Snipe Hunter. But there's like some inherent differences between my list and his list. But yeah, I think there's definitely some problems. Like I don't find Kaiku to be that fun of a card. That's why I took it out, even though it is powerful. Like when Vayu is probably the most represented deck in the format, having a main deck Kaiku is pretty good. I'd agree. Where would you put it on your personal list? Because I'm gonna put it here because this is going on the channel and they need to know this is where I put it. But where would you put it?
Probably next to, I don't know. Probably, yeah. I guess bottom of cool. I guess again.
The bottom. Wow. Yeah. You're just not a fan of Lightsworn, are you?
I'm a refined old man now.
All right. Since I got to put Twilight where I want, you get to put Lightsworn where you want. Lightsworn is like.
No, we're not doing that deal. All right.
What?
If I'm
This list doesn't even play the. This is more like Twilight too. This list doesn't count. I realize, but
doesn't play Sork.
Twilight plays all those cards, but no, that list played Caius, Crow in the main. Regular Lightsworn has beckoning lights and stuff.
I guess on this list, I'd probably put it like underneath the Christiasworn. I guess I don't know, like.
You put it here.
On the other side.
What?
The other side, yeah, right there, yeah.
Okay.
I think Fairies actively adds cool dimensions to things. Lightsworn as itself is just like boring. It's like, ooh, did I randomly mill and win the game? No, looks like I lose.
See, that's what's fun though. I love milling. I should tell you this because I used to play Paleo a lot, and randomly milling cards. Like I remember on Master Duel, you use Kick Callus effect to mill 5 off the top. If you hit the rollback, you feel amazing. I don't know if you know what rollback is, but
I played it once.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's better though. A lot of people won't know what transaction rollback is, and they're missing out on a lot of fun. If it was me rating Lightsworn, it's just because I love the Lightsworn cards so much. I think it's a lot less fun than regular Twilight, but for me it would probably be like, I think I'd put it below Forgs. I think I'd be right here. That's like in my list where I would go.
Yeah,
Let's go to the next deck, and this is just Norlaras. We're just gonna call this regular Norlaras. Do I have a regular Norlaras list? Oh, this is what I made today. Oops. Spoilers. I guess there's not really a regular Norlaras list, is there? Is this like the most normal Norlaras list you can have? It's like Norlaras value.
Sure, yeah. More or less value is probably the standard, I guess. I don't know.
That's probably the best way to play it.
I would probably put that in the bottom of fun.
It is really. I always find Norlaras fun because it's like you're resetting the game. Both players have 0 to 1 cards. You have powerful draws like Dark Creator. You get to pay draw cards like Trade In. Cool cards like Refer and stuff.
The thing for me is like just pure Norlaris, where you're just trying to break parity on it by using graveyard effects like value effects or like
Mally, stuff like that. Yeah.
I've enjoyed the Norlaris Bubble Man deck because like man, does it feel so good to top deck a Bubble Man with your Norlaris and then special it and draw 2.
Is that the one I made, or do you just mean in general? Because that's like a general list. I just made my own. That deck is definitely fun though. I agree.
But like, what's the word? Like, those things are all just generically fun, right? You also get to play the good cards like Future Fusion and like Summoner Monk and Refer and stuff. Dad
is a big one. A lot of decks can't play Dad, and it makes them inherently a little less fun because Dad is a fun card. Popping cards is fun. So you would put it here. I can't disagree. I love Norlaras. It's one of the most fun things you can do. Honestly, if we had the variants, I'd put Norlaras Dragons like right here in between these two. And I'd put, I think there's one more list, right? If we put Norlaras Bubble Man, I'd put it like right in front of Norlaras Dragons. Actually, I put it right behind it because it's a little less consistent, but it's really like actually like completing your combo peak. Actually completing your combos peak.
Yeah.
And Norlaras Bubble Man. And I guess that really matters when we're talking about decks. But yeah, I agree with your placing here. Next the list on the video. Where do you think we should put Vengeful Servant, James?
It's hard because like this deck is like not consistent.
Sure. I've gotten it more and more consistent though. I'm slowly but surely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure eventually at some point it'll, do the thing like 60% of the time. But right now it's probably at like 40% of the time or something.
I'd say it's closer to 55, but yeah.
Bro is fighting me over 15%. Okay.
Hey, I'm just... I gotta get what I can, but where would you put it?
Like, it's not consistent enough that I like...
Oh, do you know about the new tech that we found? I should cut you off here.
The new tech?
The enemy controller tech that makes it way more consistent than before.
Oh, sure.
Before I didn't know this for the longest time. You might even know this. You might call me stupid right now, but for the longest time I didn't know. Shout out to a commenter. He commented this on a video. If you use any card to steal, right? And then you activate Vengeful Servant, and in the end phase you give it back, and then you still have something to trade. You can enemy controller. You'll take the damage, and then it gives it back a second time.
Yeah.
So you can do way more damage, and that makes the deck inherently much more consistent. Because it makes the FTK much more consistent too. The FTK before was like you had to draw 3 cards and a steal card in this. Now you only have to draw 1 card, any number of enemy controllers, stuff like that. Like it makes the FTK more consistent too, because this deck really does have an FTK. I did it to somebody in the WCQ. Like it really does have it. But where would you put it?
I would probably put it like the bottom of cool, maybe a little bit of above volcanic garden, or maybe before garden, somewhere in there.
Really? Okay. Because if it were me, I'm putting it up here, even though it is. You're right, consistency is the problem. If it were me, I'd put it here, but you're saying like here.
Yeah, if it did the thing like way more often, I'd be like, yeah, this deck is hilarious and funny and
The thing
cool.
is, it's like weirdly really good though, because a lot of the decks in the format are weak against lava golem, like frogs and plants and whatnot. The big problem with the deck is that sometimes you die to cards like normal summon Sirocco attack 4 times. Like that can really hurt you. Like yes, you play faders and stuff, but they play oppression. Oppression's obviously the main devil. Um, the second biggest problem for this deck is Glad Beasts. It absolutely eats this deck alive. Book of Moon at 3 in that deck. Same with Sabers for that matter. You know, Sabers beat Vengeful Servant really bad because they play Book of the Moon in the main.
Bokamundo go crazy.
So that's another. Book of Moon is obviously the problem with all sort of Benkei-esque decks. But to me it would be up there. To you, it would be down here. Let's meet in the middle and put it next to. I think if we're being completely honest, I think it's more consistent than this Dark Gaia list, personally. Like the normal Dark Gaia deck. I think it's more consistent than that deck, and a lot of people disagree, but I think it's the truth. I've been playing it at least in the Jank series. I've been playing it in that format, and it is. I have topped every local I've played with it, like literally, and it's not like lucky
Is this
tops.
16-man locals?
Huh?
Is it 16-man or 32?
It's like it's anywhere from I've had it from 20 to 30 people. Most of the time it's 20 to 30, I think. So like I consistently go 4-1, 5-1, or like 4-1, 3-1, 5-1, like within that record, where you're only losing one game to certain bad matchups where they're like maining Vanity Scene and stuff. So I think the consistency thing you think is worse than it is. I think maybe it's just because I've played the deck so much that I think it has better consistency, and it's definitely bias. But I would, if we're meeting in the middle, I put it here. What do you think? Actually, I put it above it personally.
Yeah, I mean, whatever's clever. I mean, like, I'm not disagreeing that it's not fun. I just.
It is, yeah, you're definitely right though. Consistency is a big proponent of fun, but you know what's really fun? Doing 7,000 damage or 6,000 damage and edging the opponent, where they take 1,000 in the standby phase and they sit there for 3 minutes straight thinking, how can I out this lava golem, just to inevitably, I can't say that word. I can't say it. Inevitably. There you go. Inevitably, just surrender.
Yeah.
They inevitably just surrender, and they're just like, wow, I had no out for it, and that's just like so fun to me. Maybe it's just because it's burn and it scratches that itch, right? But let's move on to the next deck of the video. Everyone's been expecting it. Vayu. I immediately think it's the most fun meta deck. I have so much fun playing Vayu personally. It's so consistent. It's very good. It does so much damage. It's right next to Forks for me.
Yeah, so you ready for my hot take?
What's that?
Okay. So I have Vayu together, and I played Vayu like so. There was a point where I played Vayu for I don't know, probably like 5 months or something,
Mhm.
and like every time I played it, I topped with the deck, especially like locals and like they at one of my locals they do these things called swolcals where they're like swole locals. Shout out to Quality if you're ever in Franklin Park in Chicago, highly recommend. Um, but where the winner will get like an ulti treeborn or the most recent one that's going to actually was that today or was that Friday? I forget. One of the most recent swokels is a playset of ulti swap frogs. Um, like a great place. But like the last time I played Vayu was at one of their events where I won one of their swokels with Vayu. But I just after the event, I didn't feel like I played Yu-Gi-Oh. I feel like all of my decisions were made for me, and like my opening hands were Raiko, Greffer, Avayu, two random good trap cards or whatever, and my plays were like fundamentally always the same. It was like I set my Raiko, I maybe set a trap card depending on what the trap card is, right, and I pass the turn. And then on the next turn, I top deck. It's a broken card because the deck is 90% broken cards, and then I win the game.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think that's just like the difference between us as humans, maybe, is that that's like a lot of fun, and Yu-Gi-Oh is winning, and Vayu wins a lot more than most decks, and it's so consistent and like consistently you're seeing like 4,000 damage turns because you're just Greffer pitch a piece, and that's 4,000 damage most of the time, right?
No, I don't disagree with like that winning is fun, right? But
But
like I
but
want,
yeah, there's not many decision points. Like
yeah,
there
like
are
I want,
decision points in value. It's not like a super simple deck, but it does feel like some hands are just like, well, I have to do this.
and like certain one-off cards just like make your decisions just nothing. Like there's, oh, I drew dad. Guess you're just dead, right? Um, but like if I'm playing a deck, I want there to be like meaningful decision points. I like having to think about a turn, and then after about let's say a minute of thinking or 2 minutes of thinking, right? I go, oh wait, you're dead, and then like it feels like I earned it more, right?
I mean, there's
Um,
definitely games where it's like super grindy with value though. It's not always just winning. Like you definitely have grind games with the deck.
when I play it, it's just, oh hey look you die, oh hey look you die, oh hey look you die.
Sometimes it is DDV too, where the games are non-games. I can
Yeah,
definitely see that.
there's a lot of
To me, if I was ranking it, I'd have it like here. Where would you put it?
so I would probably put it in Z's, but
Really?
um, I like maybe again, yeah,
Because we're gonna have to disagree because I think Blackwings deserves to go in Z's personally.
I mean, maybe I put both in Z, but the
Oh,
point that matters is
I don't think every meta deck is boring. That's what I want to say.
no, I don't either. I don't either at all. Um, but like, I, I don't know. My brain just feels numb when I play Vayu. Like I feel like I made no decisions at all.
That's what a lot of people say. Like I hear Frazier say it all the time, where he's like the deck just plays itself sometimes, and that's why people have caught up to people like Sackphase. Like the deck is so good that people will literally just like play almost like they're a seasoned world champion because the deck is that good. You know what I mean? So I don't think you're wrong, so to speak, but I find it fun because the plays are cool, and you get to use so many, like you get to use a lot of cool cards. But I could see what you're saying 100%. To me though, I think it'll go something like this. Like I'd have, let's meet in the middle. You think it's in Z, I think it's in cool. So let's put it above this. And then I think I would put this here and this here. Cuz I think this is just worse value. And I think Blackwings is the best deck in the format, Snooze Fest, and I think Value is the best deck in the format personally, but I think Blackwings is just really boring. I don't even want to
I
talk about this list very much.
I would probably put Vayu at either the top of boring, maybe if I'm conceding, probably the top of boring, or maybe the bottom of cool. I don't know.
Right, let's move it up.
Yeah, and then like for Blackwing, I'd probably put it above Glads, personally. Um, and then I would put the Vayu Blackwing list probably above Blackwing, but probably give or take.
I kind of like the rating I have it now. I honestly don't think Blackwings are that fun. Like I'll be honest, and I think if you're gonna play this, just play Value. Like just play Value.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, and then we're gonna go to this, and I think we should just put a Z and move on. What do you think?
Oh yeah. You think so?
No, I don't. Okay, where do you want to put it?
I mean, I would put it in fun maxing, but I'm also very biased.
Yes, you are. You're as biased as me with Vengeful Servant. So you're gonna put it in Fun Max, and I'm gonna tell you where I would put it.
Well, I mean, for the record, I just want to put it out there that I, uh, didn't fight you on 3 of the 4 decks you put in Fun Maxing. I'm just putting that out there. Just putting it out there. But yeah.
Wait, but did you? But you agreed with some of those. You agreed with the Gigabytes. You agreed with Genzo OTK. I don't know if you agree with Norlaras. You definitely didn't agree with Twilight. That's for sure. I guess if I get to have Twilight there, you get to have Sabers there. I guess that's fair. These are our flagship decks. That's a fair take. I will allow you to put Sabers there. If I were ranking Sabers, it's more fun than depending on our rankings here. I'd put it here. I think it can be this fun. I played Sabersworn recently on the channel. Have you ever played that before?
Yeah. That was what's his name?
Metaphors.
Yeah, Metaphors is a big proponent of that. Yeah.
That deck is super duper fun. I ended up Colossal Armory arming somebody twice in the same duel. Like game 2 and game 3. Is my only win of the video, but it was actually so much fun. This was the list we played. Very fun list. I like X Sabers. I hate playing against it. It's almost as bad as Gladius when I play against it. It's just like a lot of the decks I play don't like summon cards to the field a lot of the time, so they'll just rip my hand over and over again. But yeah, I'm fine with pitting X Sabers here. If it were for me, I'd pit it like I pit it below Lightsworn. Cat. Is there really just a cat list?
Yeah. So it's like usually it plays like what's that name of that card? Gravekeeper, Spy, Instant Fusion, Cat, Random Cyber Dragon. Sometimes like what's the name of that card? Chaos Sork.
What if instead of that we played a cool list like Garden Cat?
I mean, that is while that is more based, I feel like that's like less like genuine of what like.
I think this is the most genuine cat list. This list cats more than any other deck. It's a fact, actually. By the way, it's a fact that this list cats more than any other deck.
Maybe
because you have the Armor Knights and Summoner Monk Summon Cat play, and it's the main play of the deck. And most of the time, you win that turn that you do that play, or you sustain a lot of advantage.
With you necessarily, but I think that like when most people think of a cat deck in Edison,
yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And like, also, I have a good friend of mine on Facebook that would be very mad at me if I did not imply that deck was the deck we're talking about because it's all he plays. But generically, right, just the cat decks as a whole, I would probably put it like, I don't know, top of cool, maybe bottom of fun.
Okay, see, I disagree a little bit because I hate drawing Airbellum. Like, it doesn't feel good in the back row ever. But Airbellum attack directly does feel crazy good. And I think you're a little bit biased because Airbellum is in the cat repertoire. So you have X-Saber bias.
I mean, probably, but like...
Cat is a really fun card, though. Like, Cat as a card is really fun. I really love this card. As a deck, I don't know.
Like, if your opponent has something like Bottomless or whatever, right, then you, like, special summon the Cyber Dragon first or whatever, right?
I will concede with you to here.
Sure. Yeah, cool with that.
I will concede with you here. Because you think it's, like, up here, right? You think it's up here?
Either there or the top of fun. One of the two.
I think I would put it, like... Honestly, I'd put, like, cat lists, like... Maybe... over here. But I'll concede and put it here.
Yeah, you gotta stop drawing your Arabellums. It's a skill issue.
That is a skill issue. That is a skill issue. Cool thing about cat decks is they play Avarice too. Avarice is a fun draw card. And now we're getting to Gravekeepers, and Royal Tribute is one of my favorite cards in the format. I love Royal Tribute. What do you think?
I mean, sure, maybe high rolling with Royal Tribute is fun, right?
Yeah.
Again, discarding people's hands is fun. As I say that as a X-Saber enthusiast.
Yeah.
But I think Gravekeeper, like, it's boring. Like, yeah, it's either like top of Z or bottom boring.
Okay. I think the regular Gravekeeper loop is pretty boring because most of the time there's not even a real Gravekeeper deck. Like, people don't play Gravekeepers. They just they splash 3 Spy and a Descendant in a random deck, right? That's usually what they do. But Gravekeepers as a deck has like Necro Valley and stuff, and Necro Valley just sucks. It's not even like a good card. Like, I don't know.
There's a guy named Zoa Stromberg, I think is how you say it. He's like German, so I don't know, or something in Europe. I don't know. But he has a really cool Gravekeeper list that like main decks cards like Cyber Valley and stuff that I really enjoyed. But
I've never tried that. The one I tried was like a Geartown-esque list, and that one it's fun. But it's mostly because of cards like Gadgetron and Real Tribute. It's not as much the actual monsters. But this is what I played on the channel, and this list was a lot of fun, but it wasn't necessarily these monsters. It does feel like a way of playing frogs with like the 2K Defender though. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the actual like Gravekeeper names are like, this guy searches a field spell. This guy's like actually good, and then Descendant is like pretty shit unless you summon him off of Spy. I don't know. Like, having him, normal summoning him, most of the time is bad. He's a cool card, though. You can use him a priority and stuff. I love Royal Tribute, though, and that's going to put it up a spot. So, you think it should go, like, here?
Probably, yeah.
I think Royal Tribute makes it more fun than these, personally. Wait. Oh, there.
And if the list isn't playing Royal Tribute?
That's where I think.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Well, so Royal Tribute, no Royal Tribute. That's what we're doing.
Noted.
He's one of my favorite cards in the format. I'm allowed to be a little biased. And we've got a couple of lists left. We got some dragon lists. I don't know these last three. So first we got Dragon Turbo. And Dragon Turbo is at least going next to Forgs, maybe higher.
I think it's in fun maxing.
I think it's really fun too. I'm glad we agree on this, actually.
Like, it's very fun to play.
Love
Granted,
drawing.
it loses to, like, hyper specific cards.
Oppression.
But, like, you draw a billion cards, and, like, you know, if your opponent has a fader, you're kind of sad sometimes. But, like, whatever.
Yeah, really sad.
But, like,
there's so much advantage. It's just an advantage deck.
And it's just fun to summon big dumb idiot. It's fun to attack somebody directly for game with a blue eyes white dragon. Okay, like.
Now I have to agree. I really like Dragon Turbo. It is a fun deck. Next we got Disaster Dragons. And Disaster Dragons.
Wouldn't that just be like Trap Dragons or something?
Yeah, Trap Dragons. You know, they got the guy engraved that is 2 tributes. The
including
totem.
Blizzard Dragon.
Blizzard Dragon, probably not.
Yeah. If it's not including Blizzard Dragon, then Z tier terrible deck. Why would you ever play this?
It's not bad. Disaster Dragon's not bad. It's still playing the fun cards like Future Fusion, Red DMD. Like, it's still playing cool cards like that. You got Totem Dragon. You know, Double Tribute.
I would just play Dragon Turbo over this, like, every time.
Well, they're different game philosophies, though. Like, this deck tries to accrue advantage with, like, traps and stuff, and then you have big monsters to sit with. Like, you have your big this deck can play lads as well.
Do you remember what I said about playing trap cards in Sabers? I was like, why play trap cards when you can just kill your opponent?
That is a true thing. That's what they've learned with Forgs and Gigavise. Gigavise still plays some traps, I guess.
Yeah, like, I mean, obviously, like, Saber lists that I play are like minimum traps as humanly possible.
I agree for the most part. I just have fun with this list a little bit. Like, Drago is a cool card. He's really cool into the meta.
Yeah, DD Warrior Lady is like, I understand when people do it, right? Like, it makes sense in some cases, but, like, if in my dragon deck I have to play DD Warrior Lady because it's like the 5th best dragon, well, for 5th best monster or whatever that outs hyper specific things, it just seems bad. Like, if we're playing the Blizzard Dragon variant, which, shout out to Jackson Madden, owner of Team on the Grind, the Blizzard Dragon.
Wait, what's the Blizzard Dragon version? Let me see this.
Here, let me. Is there a deck list of it somewhere?
I've never heard of this. I thought you were talking about Shed because that's the only deck I've ever seen with that card, I think. But Shed is also a list that's really cool. I like Shed. I gotta play that on the channel sometime. Actually, that's a good idea. But right now, just regular Disaster Dragons. Me personally, I'd have it here.
Funny, I look up. The first thing that pops up if you look up Blizzard Dragon Yu-Gi-Oh! Edison is Jackson's all of his like videos because he's topped a billion events with Blizzard Dragon. It's the best card in the game. Let me see if there's like a list.
Let's look up what Blizzard Dragon does because I think I know what I'm talking about.
It also weirdly has like 2 printings, one of which is like a prize card, and so it's like if you want it in max rarity, which is like super rare, it's like $2,000 or something. Like I can send you the YouTube video, but he played like Blizzard Dragon and Spear Dragon and
level 4 dragons.
Luster Dragon, like the straight up vanilla Luster Dragon.
Interesting.
And he's topped multiple Chicago like monthlies. with the deck. Like it's much better than people give it credit for. But that deck's based and fun as heck. And also like summoning a Blizzard Dragon and targeting a Raikou, or summoning a Spear Dragon and attacking into a Raikou, just feels good.
All right, so I put Disaster Dragons here. Where do you think? Because I actually like. I think it can't be less than cool just because it plays Future Fusion Dragons. Like that's always going to be cool to me. And
But
then
entirely for me, it depends on whether or not it has Blizzard Dragon or not. Like if it's Jackson's list, like,
this is the list I'm talking about when I say Disaster Dragons.
yeah, that's just it's a gross list. We don't talk about that list.
No, like that list is like it's like bottom of cool maybe. Like if you're a company, or if you're including Blizzard Dragon, then it goes immediately to like fun.
I have to see this Blizzard Dragon list because I've never heard of this before. But
I'll send you the list after this video. It's the owner of my team has it on his YouTube channel.
I'll definitely check that out. I don't really get these last 3 decks. I've never seen them. I think I heard about Flamvell Zombies. This deck sucks because it's using 2 engines that don't really meld together all that well.
I mean, they meld kind of well together because like the Flamevells need level 4s, and like the level 4s are like zombie, whatever his name is, zombie level 4 guy that searches. I can't remember his name.
Goblin Zombie?
Right, Goblin Zombie, yeah. I was about to say Zoblin Zombie, but
That's funny.
Like there's like some synergy, and then like you can grab a Mizuki, and then like a Mizuki back another level 4, and then rekindling back a tuner or whatever. Like there's synergy, and like Plague helps you operate and make like Brio, and Brio to ditch your Flamebell cards to bounce their board.
Yeah, that's all good in theory, but some hands are just Book of Life plus rekindling, and you're useless. This deck breaks really hard. And it also relies on recruiters and attacking, like because you have Pyramid Turtles and Fire Dog. It's like it's a weird mix.
I would put it above Vayu personally, but that's just me.
Well, did I move Vayu up a tier?
I don't think so.
Okay, wait. So I just don't know about this deck. I've never played it, so I'll put it behind it because that's what I think personally. I think any deck with rekindling is kind of cool. I think this list is probably Tomato Control. This list sucks, dude. I'll be honest. Tomato Control is so bad. I can't think this is a fun list because it's just like we're setting recruiters over and over again, and then having advantage with dad and stuff. Like I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
I put it down here personally.
And some random Maku.
This is Goku. This Goku win. I think E3 Yu-Gi-Oh made a deck on that card sometime in the past, but I don't really know why he's the main card there. That was more so just a zombie list.
I said mech. I was right. I was kind of.
Yeah, it is. It is a macho mech or whatever they call those cards. It does have the same effect where it gets destroyed in the end phase, I think. Yeah, but the important part of this card is it's basically just a 2400 guy you could summon.
I guess you can skill drain with it or something.
Like you can skill drain with them, and you can be brought back with Plague, or not Plague, but like Mizuki and stuff. I don't know. I don't know what that deck is, so we're not going to rank that deck. But this has been the tier list, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this really laid back video. I know it's kind of long, but we're just having some fun ranking some decks. In the future, me and James might do a meta tier list where we just rank the meta decks, and I might actually do a solo tier list where I rank every deck we played on the channel in terms of fun or good or whatever. But let me know if y'all like the tier list videos. I guess I'll find out. This has been Sai and James, and peace.